How are you guys today? This is my very first YouTube live, so welcome everybody. I'm not sure how to read comments. I'm assuming it's the same as Facebook, I'm hoping. So let me try to pull myself up here so I can see. Okay, I think we are good. So how is everybody today? I'm Tanya with Urban Branch Crafts, and I'm just here to show you all the different ways that you can use your air dry foam clay. And so I was thinking a fun thing that we're going to do is we're going to start on some Easter crafts. And I have this canister here that I got this from the Dollar Tree. Yeah, the Dollar Tree. And so we're going to make like a fun little topper out of this. So I'm just going to take this off. And the idea that I have for this, I actually was looking around on Pinterest and I seen this really cute little topper. So we are going to do something similar to that. And I'm going to get out my milk chocolate. This is air dry foam clay, and I have this in my Etsy shop for anybody who's wondering. So we are just going to get to scooting, you guys. Are you guys staying warm? It's been pretty chilly. Snow's finally starting to melt, and but it's been pretty chilly, so. Okay, so I got this milk chocolate. We're just conditioning it a little bit just to get it nice and ready to work with. And then I'm going to pull off. I might have did a little bit too much. So we're going to take this. And then I use an acrylic fondant roller. Okay. And we're just going to start rolling it out. And this should be pretty beginner friendly. You know, there's it's just all about your basic shapes and learning covering and things like that. Okay, so we have that. So now the next thing that we're going to do is I'm going to get some of my super glue. Okay, and we're just going to do the top to start. Oops, sorry. Just get you a good bit on there. Then I'm going to take my milk chocolate, and then we're just going to put it on, and then we're going to give it a gentle press just to make sure that you don't have any air bubbles in here. Then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go around the lip right at the top. Okay. And this is a project that, yes, it is functional, but this is one of the ones that you want to make sure that you do put a clear coat or protective coat of some sort on, since it's going to be used. You're going to be grabbing it to open it and things like that. So I'm just kind of folding it up here. Go around with your hands. And I like to use the side of my palm here, okay? Hello! You need empowerment? Well, girl, you can do it. Whatever it is, you can do it. Hey, Tanya, is that you? Hello. How are you? Thanks for coming, guys. This is my very first time going live on YouTube, and I want to try to start going live on here more often. I'm hoping to maybe do like once a week. So I'm just trimming my excess off. And these are just regular old scissors. Will do just fine. Okay. So we got a little something like that. Now we're just going to smooth it a little more again. And then I just go right up to my lip here. Are you guys having a good day? Oh, that is you. Okay. Yes. Yes, I'm glad to see you too, my friend. So I got, because I want to make sure that we don't see any of this silver here. Okay. Okay. But we don't want to block being able to, close it the way that it's meant to be closed either. So that's why we're just take a little bit of extra care just to make sure. Okay. So this is what we got. I think I'm good for the most part here. Let me get this one little spot I'm missing. And that's it, you guys. We already have our top covered, okay? So now the next thing that we're going to do is, we're already done with that color. We're going to get out some of our white air dry clay next. And we're going to do, we're going to make a bunny and a carrot on this. Super duper cutie. Okay, so got my white. And you don't necessarily need, I'm going to use a styrofoam egg, and you'll see in just a minute. I have this 3-inch styrofoam egg that we're going to use. And I like to use these for the extra security, and you don't have to worry about any sagging or anything like that. But you don't have to use these if you don't want to. Just be careful. And you may want to do the head and the body in stages. So your clay doesn't droop because of the weight while it's drying. It's super lightweight when it's completely dry, but when it's wet, it does have some weight to it. So just if you're new, just be careful of that. Okay. Okay, so we got our white here, and we're just going to roll this long enough and wide enough to go around our foam. Just like this. Okay, now we got that ready to go. Just find which side's your prettier side. Excuse me. Hey, Lou, you made it. So I got, I'm using clear the white Aleene's tacky glue. And I'm just going to put some on one side. Okay, and then we're just going to drape it over just like that. And then we're just going to use the sides of your hands and just kind of go down, work it down and around your ball, or your egg, I mean. Okay, then we're just going to hold it in the palm of our hand, trim off that excess that we got. Yes, please. I appreciate it. Thank you, Tanya. Yeah, because that's one reason why I'm wanting to start going live here is spend a little more time building up the community that we got going over here. Okay, so this is what we got. We got our egg nice and covered. So now the next thing that we're going to do is, excuse me, is we are going to go ahead, and I want to anchor this in just a little bit so it goes down into our clay. So we're going to put it like towards the back a little bit to make sure that we have room for the design that we're wanting to do. And I don't want these to stick out very much at all. See, just like that. And then this is just to give it just a little bit more to grip to, is all. Then we're going to take more of our super glue. Just a sec, guys. I gotta get more super glue. Okay. I get my super glue from Amazon. It's super cheap. You get a whole bunch of them for, it's only like a few bucks or something. So I'm just going to go and put some super glue around my base and on my little toothpick pieces. And then I am going to find about where I want this. And we're just going to go ahead and give it a good old press. And the clay, it's not just the super glue holding on to this. The clay is attaching, the two colors are attaching to each other. So this is going to be pretty sturdy once it's dry. And like I said, just don't forget to do, hey, how are ya? Hello, hello. Good to see you, Cheryl. I got, but this will all be like one piece. And once you clear coat it, it'll be good to go. So now what we are going to do is I'm going to take this other toothpick that I got here and we're going to go in, let's see, I'm going to go in the top and then we're going to start working on the head of our bunny. Okay. So you're going to have a little something like that. Okay. So then let's see how big of a head we want here. Just roll in a ball. Ooh, we need a way bigger head than that. Hey, Ramona, is that you? How are ya? Hey, teeny tiny 87. Hi, Mrs. G. Tho. It's a lot different than the names on Facebook. I forget it's all of our usernames. Hello, my friends. Okay. So let's see. I'm just making this more of a circle shape, but kind of ovally at the same time, if that makes sense. And yeah, that's probably good. But we're going to iron out these divots a little bit more. And if you're new to clay, as long as they're not deep, don't worry too much about it because it'll dry pretty nice. Nice and smooth for you. Okay, that's better. So what I'm going to do now is get more of my super glue out. And then we are just going to put our head right on. Just kind of center it how you want it. Okay. And this is what we got so far. Just going to kind of dent it in just a little bit with my fingers, I think. Okay. Hello, Luck Force. How are you? Okay, so now we're going to get a couple more toothpicks because we're going to put our bunny ears on, and I don't want my bunny ears to droop on me. So it's just, like I said, for that extra security to make sure everything's good and anchored on there the way that you want it to be. And so I'm just going to go down in like that. And then down in like that. Watch your fingers with super glue. So that's what we got for that, okay? And the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to start working on, actually, we're going to put his little face on. So we're going to use these eyes today. And, yeah, we're going to use these eyes. I sell these in my Etsy shop, okay? Actually, let me see if I might want to do these just a little bit bigger. So let's see if I got some bigger ones up here with me. Now we're going to do the smaller ones. So I'm going to use clear tacky glue for this part, okay? And just wherever you want to put your eyes, is where you put a little bit there. And I like using tacky glue because if you make a mess with it or you accidentally get it somewhere where you didn't mean for it to be, you can just wipe it right away, and it doesn't mess up um, your finished piece. Hello, Michelle. How are you? How are ya? I'm glad you guys came on. Did you guys get notified that I came on? Okay, so I'm just pushing them in. So it looks like it's part of your character. Okay, so that's what we got so far. All right, so now the next thing that we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and we're going to put his little nose on really quick. Yes, I'm so glad you were able to join. That's so awesome. I was saying earlier, I'm going to try my hardest to, I want to try to start going live on YouTube at least once a week. And so I can come hang out with you guys on over here, the ones that prefer, or the ones that don't get on Facebook or, prefer to be on YouTube. So I can come hang out with you guys too. So all I'm doing is I'm just rolling a ball. This is the rosy beige color that I'm using. And we're just going to make a little bit of a cone shape. See that? Then what we're going to do is we're going to hold it in your fingers like this. And then we're just going to kind of press it and then flatten it and press it and flatten it. Okay. And this is a great way to get you a cute little nose shape. Okay. So then let me see. I'm going to put this on just like that. Okay. So that's where we're at for that. Okay. Then the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to start, want to put his little jowls on. And we're gonna make those a different color, I think. And I'm gonna make those the same color for the ears that we're gonna do. The ears are gonna be white, and then we're gonna use this. This is the sugar cookie color that we're gonna put, for the inner part of the ear. So we're just gonna go ahead and do this part really quick so you guys can see what the face looks like. Oh, thank you so much. I sure do appreciate that. I really do. I think that might be it. So we're just going to roll it in a ball. Yes, please. I sure appreciate it. Thank you, guys. I appreciate y'all looking out like that. Okay, so now we're going to roll these in a ball. And I do the little cut it in half trip. You just get a bigger ball than what you're meaning to for whatever it is that you're doing for its arms, or like the little cheekies that we're doing. And you just, when you cut it in half, it gives you two pretty even pieces. So you ain't got to worry. Okay, so we're just put our balls right next to each other and right at the nose. And we're just kind of pressing them. Okay, so that's what we got for that. Then I'm going to go in with, let's see, with just some kind of tool that has like a little back to it. And we're just going to poke some little holes. Okay. And then to finish that off, I think what I'm going to do this before I forget is I have just cheap Dollar Tree blush. And we're just going to rosy up right next to his eyes. Okay. And it adds a whole lot if you add your blush. See, just gives more character that way. But you don't have to if you don't want to. Okay, so now the next thing we're gonna do, let me sit that here so you guys can see, is we're gonna start working on the ears. You like it? Yay! Okay, so let's see here. And I do the same thing for the ears. I just get me a ball and then just kind of eyeball it and see how much you think you'll need. Okay, so I have these cookie cutters that you can use. These would make a really cute ear. I got them on Amazon. You just type in, teardrop cookie cutters, I believe is what I put on there. But I'm going to show you how to do it without a cookie cutter if you're new to this and you don't have all these kinds of tools yet. Thank you, Lou. Thank you. Okay. So I think these will be good. So we just do our little cut it in half trick, guys. And then, sorry, let me turn this around so I can kind of see. So we're just going to start by rolling in a ball and then use your hand at an angle like this. Okay. And this is how we get our little cone shapes that we do a lot. So I ended up being at about 3 inches or so. I like the height that looks on there. Hello, Rose. How are you? How are you, my friend? So glad to see everybody. Okay, so you just do this. All right. So now that we have them both at about 3 inches, this is what you're going to do. Okay. You're just going to take this part of your palm and we're just going to give it a little bit of a press to flatten it. Not real flat, but. And this is what that gives you. Okay. So let's set those off to the side for just a sec because we got to put the inner part of the ears in, and all that is just a little bit less of your other color, whatever you pick. If you pick pink or blue, whatever color, you're doing good. I'm glad to hear it, my friend. Thanks for coming to hang out. So we're going to do a little bit less, and we're going to make these a little bit skinnier. So I'm just using my hand. About 3 inches. Okay. And see how much skinnier we did on that one. It's just less clay. And we're rolling it the same length. Take your hand and we're going to flatten it. No biggie. All right, let's bring our ears back over. And then we're just going to position our ears. And give it a little press. Get this other one on and I'll show you guys what it gives you. Okay, this is what we got. Okay, so now if you want to, you can make this go deeper in to your white if you want to. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these and I'm just going to press down on them just a little bit, just so I can get a little bit of a flat edge on that. Okay, then what we're going to do is I'm going to put some super glue on my toothpicks there. And then we are just going to put these right on. And I want mine a little bent. You can leave them straight up and down if you want. I got a little bit of something stuck in there. Just a sec, guys. Okay, so, and that's just taking your finger and kind of bending towards you. See? Then what we're going to do is we're going to go back in with our white and we're going to put like some little wispy little hairs on him. And then we're going to start working on, I want it to look like he's holding a carrot. Okay. So that's why we kind of put him back a little bit. But let's go ahead and finish this part off. And this, all this is I'm just rolling a ball. See how little that is? And we're just making a tiny little cone. And I'm going to make the one in the middle longer. Okay. We're going to put a smaller one on each side. Okay. See these little hairs? Okay, so now we got that. So now we're going to take a break on our bunny, and we're going to start working on our carrot. And I think what we're going to do for our carrot is we're going to use some of the regular orange and some of our melon green to do our carrot. Hello, hello. Luck Force, how are you? Oh, thank you. And you might have to watch it a little bit, like, because while it's drying, you know, you may have to watch it a little bit, but it'll be okay. We are making a little. I got this from the Dollar Tree, and it's just we're making a canister top, and we're doing a little Easter bunny holding a carrot. But really, if you're somebody who just loves you just love bunnies, that this would be good. We're going to do this where there's not eggs or anything like that on it. It's just you know, you can use it for every day or just for Easter if you want. And it'll be cute. So I just got, this is probably a couple inches, and we're just going in to make that cone shape again, okay? And I'm just going to flatten just a little bit as I'm rolling. And there we go, you guys. Look at a carrot. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with my, I have this tool here, or you can use a butter knife if you want. And we're just going to put some little score marks in here. Just like that. And then I'm going to figure out where I want this at. And since your clay is still wet, it should just stick right on there for you. Okay. So there's one carrot. Okay. I think I want to put another carrot on. Is it polymer clay? No, this is actually, it's called air dry foam clay. And if you want to try it, I do sell this in my Etsy shop if anyone is interested in trying this. But this is an air dry clay. You don't have to bake it. So you can do, you have a lot more versatility on how big you can make your character. And you can do it in stages and things like that. And it's just really fun. just really fun. So I think I'm going to put my next carrot right here. We're just going in with our divots. And put one. Let's tack this on here and then I'll show you guys what we got so far. But like I said, once it's dry for like functional pieces like this, I definitely recommend putting a clear coat on. So there we go. So that is it for that. Then we are going to put on some, let's see here, some of the little greenery that's comes on carrots. So a lot of this is just learning learning like your teardrop shapes and how to cover things. Thank you. I'm glad you're liking it. So all this is just pull you off a piece of your green, whatever green you choose, roll it in a ball, and then go in at an angle with your finger just like this. We're just doing that cone shape in a bunch of different ways. And I'm going to put one like that. Okay. And I'm going to put one like that. I think we're going to put 3 on each one. What do I use to coat it afterwards? Can you? Michelle, I use Rust-Oleum 2 times clear coat for stuff like this. You can also use like just any kind of actual sealer, you know, would be great too. I'm going to put one more on here. And then I think that will be good, you guys. See, there we go. Easy peasy, easy way to do a carrot. Yes, to seal it. Yep. And a lot of my pieces, I don't seal like if they're just decorative, but definitely, you know, if you're going to do like a functional piece like this, definitely seal it if you're going to be handling it a lot. And I'm going to put a toothpick in here since this isn't resting. It's going to be sitting up just because this will hold up my, see, and that'll hold up our little piece of green that we're getting ready to put on. See? Okay. Do another one. Make these a little bit smaller. I'm just going in right in next to, make them go right in next to each other. Oh, you're so welcome. Okay. We'll get this one on and one more, and then we'll already be done with our carrots, you guys. Like, this is a really fun and pretty easy. Okay. I'll get my last one on here. And there we go. We got our carrots done. So now the last thing really that we need to do is we're going to put his little arms on, and then we're going to put, yeah, I think that's it. Put his little arms on, and maybe put, then we're going to put some little details on here just to juice it up a little bit. And that's all that we got to do for this project, you guys. And it's going to sit on here and be so super cute. Okay, so I got more of my white out here to do this arms. And this is why I say this is a good way. This is another time to use the cut it in half trick, because it helps you get nice even arms. And we're going in and doing the cone shape again. This also ends up to be about 3-inch cone. Okay. And this is why I like to use foam. So you don't have to worry about that happening. You do have to watch it for a little bit if you don't use foam. But if you do, you don't have to worry about that if you're not able to sit with it. So, okay. So now what we're going to do is we have our 2 little arms, and I'm going to go back in with this tool or, something similar. And we're just going to put some little paws on. Okay, there's one. Here's our 2 little paws. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to have him just going to press down on the sides here. Kind of smooth the back up. Look, you guys. Look at him. Ain't he cute? I think he's super cute. So I think we want to make, I think I'm going to go ahead and we're going to make this he a she, is what I think. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add a bow to this, I think. Okay, so I have these 2. Let me see which one I got. I have these 2 molds, and I got both of them on Amazon. Okay, so I think what I want to do is, what color do we want to do here? We are going to go ahead and do, I think we're going to do a yellow bow. Do some custard yellow. How about that? So this is the custard yellow, if anybody's wanting to know. Okay. And then if you're using a mold, what you want to do is I just have a tray that I spray with cooking spray, and I use a paintbrush. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to give it a good coat and get whatever color you plan on using. Push it on in there. And these molds are really nice to use because you can do a lot of, add a lot of details that you wouldn't, probably do. So that's the bow that gives you. Okay. Let's see. That one might be a little bit too big. That's why I grabbed this one. So I think we're going to do this one. Let's see what this one looks like. And just work it in there with your clay. And as long as you give a light, you don't want to put too much grease in there because it'll slip around on you and then it'll be hard to use that way. So, but that just comes with time. The more you work with clay, the more you'll kind of get a feel for it. And no, I don't want to do that one either. I think we're going to go ahead and go with this one. I really like this one. And I like this because it's like, you know, the different bows with the different effects, and it's all right here in one mold. They got different sizes and okay. So I think this is the one. Let's try this one, y'all. Yeah, I like that one. I'm going to put one on each of the ears. So there's one. Let's put the other one in. And after you grease your mold, a lot of times, typically I can use it like, you know, make like for this, for instance, I can make a couple bows just coating it one time, but sometimes you'll have to coat it every time. So, and like I said, you'll get to know that as you work with your clay more too. And there we go, you guys. Too easy. You could put a little something on his front, but we're going to add just a little bit of extra detail. We're just going to put us some little dots on, and then we're going to be done with our project. Hello, Bobby. How are ya? So I have, these are shuttle art acrylic paint markers. I have the ones that have the dot tip and the acrylic, or I mean the brush tip. These are my favorite ones to use, and we're just going to go in. You don't have to do this, but just to add, the more little details that you can add to your piece, the more interesting it's going to be to look at. So I'm just going around, just wherever I think it needs a little extra. Okay. And then I'm just going to do some random ones as well, I think. Like I said, you don't have to do this, but this is just to give you an idea of how you can embellish it if you want to. Okay. And there we go, you guys. Got us a cutie little bunny. And I think the last thing that I'm going to do for this is I think I'm going to just put a very light dusting of the pink on the ears. Not much. Okay. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but that's what we got, you guys. This is too easy, super duper duper cute. And I'm gonna put a little accents with our paint marker here. Just wherever you think it needs a little extra. I may put a little something in here just to make him look more filled up, just or pile up the carrots. But like I said, just don't forget to put a couple top coats on this when you're done. And you can absolutely use this. You can handle this. This is very durable. If you drop it, this is actually more durable, than this part, because it has a spongy texture to it. It's not like polymer clay. Once it dries, like it's brittle and can break. You really don't have to worry about that with this stuff. And like I said, you can do so many projects. You can do a project this big, or you can do a project this big. It's just up to you. And it air dries, and you can do it in stages, like I said, and it just come up with something really super cute. Just remember your basic shapes. And like I said, I'm going to try to come on once a week on YouTube, and I'll try to let you guys know. So if you want to get notified, just subscribe and hit all notifications to make sure, that you're told. But I'll also post it on my Facebook page and my TikTok whenever I'm going to go live. So I hope you guys enjoyed this craft. Let me show you what it looks like. I try not to handle it too much till it's dry. But this is what you get once it's dry. See, it just goes right on. You put your little snacks in there, whatever you want, and you can embellish this however you want. Like I said, I'm going to add a little extra, more carrots probably, and then that's going to be it. But I hope you guys have fun hanging out with me, and I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day. And you're making your grand. Are you really? Yes, yes. I got those from Amazon too. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'm not sure how to turn this off, you guys. So if I'm on here for a minute, I apologize.
Can I say
But
bye?
I hope you guys have a wonderful day. You want to say bye?
Yeah.
You say bye.
Bye.
Bye. Lily says bye. And we'll see you guys soon. But well, I might be on again this weekend. But definitely, I'm going to try to go on at least once a week. So you guys have a wonderful day. And thank you to everybody that came to hang out with me over here. So I'll talk to you later. Okay, guys? Bye.
Bye.